Hello, hello. Welcome to What's Working Now. This is a special episode where me, Katie Richardson, I'm going to be sharing with you an incredible story. And my hope and dream is in this story to really inspire you during a time of volatility. You have probably noticed that the conversation online, whether that's news, social media, even friends, you're getting together at the park or in the break room at work, there is a new conversation that's being had. And this has me asking this question: are we in a time of recession? Well, what does that even mean, recession? If you Google it, it will tell you that a recession is defined by the National Bureau of Economic Research as significant decline in economic activity spread across markets, lasting more than a few months, normally visible in real GDP, real income, employment, industry production, and wholesale retail sales. My friends, my question to you is, given that definition, is it possible that we are currently in a recession? Why am I even talking about this? I work with incredible CEOs, entrepreneurs who are leading amazing teams in building products and services that they know and feel called to create, and that create real change in the world. And I have noticed my clients making comments about this. And depending on their age, the older clients understand that everything cycles, including the market, and that there's just a shift and a change that needs to happen as the market shifts. And they're not in a place of fear, but they notice their team is in a place of fear. Or with my younger CEOs, holy cow, Katie, what I've been doing for the last 4 years that was really, really working, it's now shifting and changing. So today I want to share with you a story to really inspire you, because during times of volatility, there is this tendency to focus on the fear that things are different, that what was working previously isn't working now. And therefore I'm scared, because how does my business navigate this in a way where we are able to continue to pay our team, able to continue to grow profits, we're able to continue to produce and develop and distribute incredible products and services. And here's the thing, there is no autopilot in business. There's not. And I feel strongly that during times of tremendous volatility, there is incredible opportunity. And it's simply a fact of where we focused, what is it we are driving towards, and could you possibly be one of the historical case studies where during times of volatility, tremendous wealth is generated? And could you possibly be one of those individuals? So today, let's jump into this. Let's dive into this. Like, what does that mean to be in the middle of a recession, and how can you navigate it? For context, I want to share a little bit of my background. Now, if you haven't heard the first 8 episodes of this podcast, I share with you my own personal journey, how I became an entrepreneur, what that looked like for me, how I navigated it in a way in terms of, strengthening my marriage, strengthening my spirituality, strengthening my responsibility and privilege of being a woman and mother, and continuing to also grow and develop a business. Those are a lot of things. And my question from the beginning has always been, how can I develop my business in a way where it benefits all of those areas of my life? And that led me on a radically different journey that I think so many entrepreneurs go on, and ended up being quite incredible. So when did I start my business? I started my business deep in the pit of the recession of 2008. And I remember that time. I remember the fear. I remember the talking heads on the news and the media. I remember my husband even going to business conferences and events and saying, Katie, it is a ghost town here. Like, what was so active and so much going on just a year prior now was just completely dead. And so it was an interesting time, and potentially even a scary time. Markets were down, and they were continuing to drop even further. Whole industries were shifting and changing, and everything was moving from physical to digital, right? Books, magazine, lots of publications were moving to digital. Kindle was becoming popular. iPhone was just starting to come online. And even like in-person meetings were starting for the first time ever to become optional. And Skype was around, and Skype was amazing. And it was a chance to have your meetings, meet in person with somebody. And I want you to imagine I was this young designer with no business experience. I had no business degree. I had no network. I had a very small team. And when I say team, what I mean is my husband, my best friend, my brother-in-law, actually, that was my team. My social channels were very insignificant. Major retailers and mass media did not know that I existed. And to put it simply, I had little to no experience building and scaling a global company. None. My headquarters, in fact, were embarrassingly in the basement of my in-laws. And in a period of about 18 months, this company that was starting from that foundation went from being virtually non-existent to being on store shelves in 2,000 retail stores in the US and distribution in 26 different countries. The cards were stacked against me, and yet somehow something was working, right? In our first year of revenue, we were named #1 product of the year by Pregnancy and Newborn magazine. My company and products were featured on the Ellen Show, the Rachel Ray Show, the Today Show. I've been really fortunate to be featured on the cover of Entrepreneur magazine. Like, kind of big things, right? Pretty amazing. And you might be asking yourself, what was the secret? Katie, what was the secret to rising to the top during a recession? Now, remember how I mentioned I didn't have a business degree? Well, what I did have was an education in design. Simply put, design is the ability to intentionally create something that does not currently exist as a way to solve a problem. We have a problem, designer comes in, assesses the problem, assesses the situation, gets familiar with the desired outcome, and then creates and designs and engineers a solution that then allows us to get that outcome. So while I didn't have a business degree, I did have a design degree. And this was a skill set that not only I had learned at university, but it was also deep in the bones of who I am as a person and how I see the world. In a way, design had formed and shaped my mind and the way that I think and view the world. And that there were some innate gifts and abilities, and I brought that to what I learned at university. And so how did this design thinking and this ability to problem solve in a intentional way, how did that influence the success of my business? So as it turns out, when it comes to building my business, I was utilizing my design skills. Yes, absolutely. And I was very clearly solving problems with the physical product that I had created. And I was also designing a business. Design was how I think. And it's what I was also doing was taking this design thinking, I was combining that with this ancient wisdom that is often associated with the Stoics. And I'll get into this in just a little bit. In a way, I had found a lever that was invisible to most people, and I learned how to pull that lever. In fact, it was like the very clear, obvious solution that I saw in front of me. This is what I do today inside of my business, in my business coaching with my clients. And I show these clients how to discover this invisible lever and give them the tools to pull on that lever in a way that catapults their business, their products, their services way past the competition, making their competitors totally irrelevant. It's so exciting when you see this happen. Now, you might be asking yourself, Katie, how can I do this in my business? Because you have a business. You feel called to create a product, a service, a platform, a message in the world that solves a problem in a new and profound way, in a way that maybe nobody else ever has. And that vision that you have drives you. And it drives you, including during a volatile time, during the recession like we're in right now. And you are constantly looking for ways to increase the number of clients and customers that you have, increase the conversion of the people who are currently in your world, maybe even better deliver your products and services. You're always looking for ways to grow and develop this business and your products and services. And my question to you is there a possibility that you have not been pulling on this lever that is potentially the greatest opportunity in front of you? And it's simply because you didn't even know it existed. Maybe it has simply been invisible to you up until this point. And this is where I would love to go deep, but I actually have a client calling in like 8 minutes. And so here's what I want to invite you to do, because I want to show you what can happen when you both discover this lever and you understand how to pull on this lever. Pull on it in a way that is fun and exciting and catapults you and your products and your services well past your competitors in a way that you never imagined possible, maybe in a way that you've been trying and you've been pouring all kinds of resources and time and energy and money into Facebook ads and email lists and JVing with people and getting yourself on podcast interviews. That stuff's awesome and it's great. But if you're not pulling on this lever, then you are not magnifying the opportunity to attract and bring in and create significant waves and resources behind those waves. You're missing on potentially one of the greatest opportunities in front of you and your business. So if you want to hear me dive deep into this, what this lever looks like, how I've shown my clients, including an incredible client that I'm calling Devin. It's not his real name, by the way, but I want to tell you his story. And so if you want to hear his story, how I helped Devin discover the lever inside of his business and what it has done to completely transform his business, his organization, his happiness, his ability to be present with his kids, even his spirituality, which is just so cool. Like the level of fulfillment that Devin is experiencing because he now sees and understands how to pull on this lever. It is beyond what he ever dreamed and imagined for himself. So if you want to hear me dive deep into this and share more how you can discover this lever, how you can begin to pull on this lever inside of your business, and probably, not even probably, guys, I see a very high percentage, but to experience the results of that dream that you imagine in your mind, that as you're drifting off to sleep at night and you're reviewing your day, and you're looking at what didn't work and you're continually frustrated by that and you're wondering what solves this, this is the thing that moves the needle. It's happened for me. I've watched it happen for so many of my clients, and I'm super excited to share this with you. So if you've been having those moments where you're frustrated and you feel like you're not making the level of progress that the work and energy and effort that you're putting in your business should produce, there's a significantly high possibility that it's because you're not pulling on this lever. And the beautiful thing is this lever isn't to change anything inside of your business and organization. It adds to it. And all of the things that you're doing, it's like we're pouring gas on the fire. And like, I'm not telling you to work less. I know that hard work is a really big part of who you are. And I'm not telling you to even shift your focus. I'm showing you something that you didn't even know was right in front of you. And excited to do this. So right now is your chance to sign up for this incredible workshop. Click the link in the show notes. And I'm trying to think what the URL is. I literally hopped on because I was like, okay, I have 20 minutes. I want to share this with you because I want to make sure that you have a chance to come to this workshop. Click the link in the bio and sign up for this workshop. Move your world to be here. I don't do these very often. When I do them, it's not because I need it or my business needs it. It's because I get enough DMs saying, hey, like, what is it that you're doing? Because clearly something is working with you and your clients, and I want to know more. And so this is a chance for me to share what actually works and how you can implement this into your life and your business. And my last thing that I want to share with you is this. We are in a time of recession, and there is tremendous volatility. And the world needs you now more than ever, and we literally don't have much time. So stop thinking around. Stop thinking that you need to just increase your ad spend or hire a better ads guy. I'm going to tell you that those things are cool and nice, but you're missing the core opportunity. And I'm going to show you the fundamentals in the workshop. Come sign up for it. It will blow your mind. absolutely blow your mind. And you will walk away saying that was probably one of the most important conversations I've had in the last year. Because what I'm going to show you is going to show you how to take what you've been trying to do the last 2 years, maybe even 2 years, and to accomplish those results in 90 days. That's what I'm going to show you how to do. Hop into the workshop, sign up. You'll get my email confirmations. Move your world to be there. It's Tuesday afternoon, 3 Eastern. I don't know if there's going to be a replay. There probably will be, but be there live so that you can ask me questions. I can't wait to share this with you, and I'll see you inside the workshop. Bye.